So, very first topic of the day, Mitch Keller, Timothy. We've had a lot of talk about Mitch Keller over the past many, many years. This year was a little bit different, right? He came off a very successful season. And what is Mitch Keller going to look like in 2023? So we saw his first start in spring training. Now, albeit spring training, right? It is what it is. But, Jim, we saw Mitch Keller's first start in spring training, and I was left kind of impressed. So what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to first spring training appearances, I don't think you could have asked for much more than what we saw out of Mitch Keller. Shows up with a new pitch. He's now got this 6-pitch arsenal, apparently. StatCast actually is giving him 7 pitches now.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, he threw a bunch of different pitches. I think the biggest thing that I saw, and I talked about it a little bit on the post-game show on Saturday, but attacking the zone. Like, that was the one, pre-end of May Mitch Keller last year, we saw him kind of lack confidence. There was no lack of confidence in that first start on Saturday. He was attacking hitters, and he was attacking good hitters. Like, the Blue Jays put out a pretty decent lineup to start off the game. He was facing Vladimir Guerrero. He was facing Santiago Espinal. He was facing Dalton Varsho, right? So he was facing a lot of Blue Jays regulars, and he attacked them, threw strikes, got ahead of them. And when you get ahead of major league hitters, you make their job a lot more difficult. And so, yeah, a very smooth, easy 2 innings of work out of Mitch Keller in his spring training debut. A lot of cutters, a lot of fastballs, sinkers, changeup, slider, curveball, sweeper is what, StatCast is giving him now. So, yeah, like, kudos to Keller for just kind of just working on his craft and getting better and better. Like, he seems like he's completely turned his career around. And I know it's just 2 innings in spring training, but from what we saw last year and then what we're seeing now, he doesn't look like the guy he used to be.
This is what spring training is all about, to get hyped up over just simply 2 innings of pitching. And that is what Mitch Keller has done. I mean, I'm with you. Like, I get it. I understand it. Now, I guess let's temper things down a bit and just say it is just 2 innings. I want to see more, but there's reasons why you want to see more. I mean, last year we saw all the training videos from Mitch Keller, him pumping that fastball 100 miles an hour. And I think between you and I here on the show, just to revisit last year, we said, cool. But is that going to translate into the game? Like, that wasn't really his problem. He wasn't a pitcher. So throwing 100 miles an hour doesn't seem like it's going to fix Mitch Keller. But I'm hopeful. Let's see what happens. It didn't change anything, Jim. It wasn't until he added and incorporated the sinker last year that things started to change. This year, it's different. Like, this year, seeing this stuff makes me feel even better. Like, this to me says maybe Mitch Keller is going to improve. Again, just 2 innings. I get it. But I'm just for these 2 innings, I'm left hopeful, saying I'm very intrigued about Mitch Keller right now for this year. I need to see more of this. That cutter, like you said, being added, plus with everything else he has. And again, we know he's a student of the game. Like, we understand how much Mitch Keller studies this and everything. So I don't know. Like, I was a little bit worried with like the banning of the shift, how that could affect Mitch Keller. And now I'm kind of feeling like maybe he's finding ways to actually get hitters out via strikeout opposed to contact.
Yeah, and I think there's still plenty of ways to get hitters out with contact too. You just induce weak contact shouldn't really be much of an issue. We saw that.
Better.
Yeah, right. So we saw that. Yeah, I'd love to see more of him throughout spring training. I have to imagine as where we sit right now, Mitch Keller's probably your opening day starter in Cincinnati. I would expect that to be the case. I think he's earned it. I think he deserves it. Fastball velocity was up too, and you usually don't typically see that in like a first spring training start. But his sinker was up a mile, 1 full mile per hour as it was from last year. His four seam fastball was up a half a mile per hour. But no, good. excellent outing from Mitch Keller to start spring training. And, he's showing us new stuff that we hadn't seen before. And so far, so good.
Yeah. And I hate to be the guy like the psychologist, but like he just seems to be very, very confident. Even like hearing him talk on the broadcast everywhere else, like he seems very confident. That's what you want to see as well. It's like this guy, I feel like things are really starting to click, hopefully. But so far it seems it for Mitch Keller.
All it took was having his back up against the wall last year at one point, and he kind of dug himself out of it. And I think the fact that he was able to kind of make a turnaround, it's gotta be confident building for him.
For sure. All right. Anything else about Mitch Keller?
This damn cat. I don't know what this cat is doing.
Do you feed your animals?
I
Probably not. You don't, do you?
I do. I'm actually the one who usually feeds them. I don't know what this cat's doing.
You all, thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.